On November 18, 1978, a dark and sinister event shook the world. In the remote jungles of Guyana, 918 people, including men, women, and children, gathered to drink a lethal concoction of cyanide-laced flavor aid. The leader of this tragic event was Jim Jones, a charismatic preacher who had built a devoted following through his People's Temple Church. But what drove these ordinary people to commit mass suicide under Jones' command? The answer lies in the psychology of manipulation. Jim Jones was born on May 13, 1931, in Crete, Indiana. Growing up, Jones was a self-described Methodist, a Catholic, a Baptist, and a Pentecostal. He began preaching at a young age, and his charisma and conviction quickly drew a loyal following. In the 1950s and 1960s, Jones built the People's Temple, a church that preached social justice and racial equality. But beneath the surface, Jones was cultivating a culture of control and manipulation. Jones used a technique called love bombing to recruit and retain members. Newcomers were showered with affection and attention, creating a sense of belonging and acceptance. But once inside, members were gradually isolated from the outside world. They were encouraged to sever ties with non-temple friends and family, and their passports were confiscated. This isolation made members increasingly dependent on Jones and the temple. Jones used fear, public humiliation, and sleep deprivation to control his followers. Members were subjected to white nights, rehearsal suicide drills where they were instructed to gather and prepare for mass suicide. Those who disobeyed or showed dissent were publicly humiliated and sometimes physically punished. Some members were even injected with medications against their will. This psychological manipulation created a culture of compliance and obedience. In 1974, Jones decided to relocate the People's Temple to Guyana, where he established the Jonestown settlement. He promised his followers a utopian community, free from the troubles of the outside world. But in reality, Jonestown was a prison, where members were trapped and forced to work in grueling conditions. In November 1978, Congressman Leo Ryan visited Jonestown to investigate allegations of abuse and mistreatment. Jones saw this as a threat to his control and orchestrated an ambush at the airstrip, killing Ryan and several others. This event marked a turning point, and Jones became increasingly paranoid and isolated. On November 18, 1978, Jones gathered his followers and announced that it was time to die for the revolution. He ordered them to drink a cyanide-laced concoction of flavor aid, which they did, one by one. The infamous death tape recording captures the tragic events of that night, as Jones' followers succumbed to his manipulation. The Jonestown tragedy serves as a chilling reminder of the power of psychological manipulation. Jim Jones, a charismatic preacher, used love bombing, isolation, fear, and control to lead 918 people to their deaths. As we reflect on this dark event, we must ask ourselves, could this happen again? The answer is yes, if we don't understand the tactics of manipulation and the psychology of cults. If you want to learn more about the psychology of cults and manipulation, subscribe to our channel, Mind Trap. We're committed to exploring the darker corners of the human mind, and we want you to join us on this journey. By understanding the tactics of manipulation, we can protect ourselves and others from falling prey to charismatic leaders like Jim Jones. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.